applause for Hobby. Let's... Absolutely nothing. There is no manual.
Yes, this is 1 billion follower summit. Day 1, Emirates Towers. Let's go. The people inside here have a lot of followers, and let's go listen to them. I received my pass, so let's go and say day 1. Boom. This is Instagram. For the TikTokers.
Spectacles. Google are still innovating with Google Glass. Microsoft have got HoloLens. Even OpenAI behind ChatGPT are working on hardware. We are moving more and more to one device, away from your laptop, away from your iPad, away from your phone, and that device is here, it's on your face. And it could be a really exciting future when you start to overlay the internet and stories onto the world. Now, what we don't want is this. Nobody wants a casino on your face, right? Like, it's an overwhelming amount of information. For me, the future, when done right, is subtle, useful information when you need it most. It makes you more present, not less present. And I think when we start to innovate around the future, start by thinking, what are my existing frustrations in life? What do I find really difficult that mobile phones or laptops do a really bad job of? And can there be a brighter, better future? So for example, my name is Yusuf Omar. I am Muslim. I pray in what language? Arabic. How much Arabic do you think I speak? Shwai Arabi? La Arabi? Inshallah, I will speak more Arabi. I don't speak a lot of Arabic, right? But I pray in Arabic. The first product I developed was the ability to see the Quran in English, so that while I pray, I can actually understand what I'm reading in English. And when I put this thing out into the world, I got messages from Bangladesh, Indonesia, Pakistan, massive Muslim majority countries who don't speak Arabic.
Ladies and gentlemen, we had some small changes, but now I would love to introduce on stage His Excellency Saeed Al-Atar, the Chairman of the UAE Government Media Office.
في دولة الإمارات العربية المتحدة، أهلا بكم في أرض الإبداع، أهلا بكم في أرض الأمل والطموحات، أهلا بكم في أرض القصص التي لا تنتهي، أهلا بكم في أرض الطموحات والمبدعين، أهلا بكم في قبلة التقاء الحضارات والتقاء أيضا الثقافات، أهلا بكم في دولة الإمارات العربية المتحدة، دولة الإمارات التي تضم أكبر عدد من الإعلاميين في المنطقة العربية، أكبر عدد من المنتجين، أكبر عدد من الشركات، واليوم تضم أكبر عدد من صناع المحتوى. شكرا لكم. اليوم دولة الإمارات هي قبلة لكم، قبلة للمبدعين ووجهة للحالمين والطموحين بفضل توجيهات وقيادة صاحب السمو الشيخ محمد بن زايد آل نهيان رئيس الدولة حفظه الله، ومتابعة ومشاريع وإبداعات صاحب السمو الشيخ محمد بن راشد آل مكتوم اللي بدأ هذه المسيرة فترة طويلة لتكون الإمارات ودبي هي عاصمة للمبدعين وعاصمة للإبداع وعاصمة لصناع المحتوى الحقيقي، المحتوى النافع، المحتوى الذي يغير المجتمعات. لماذا نحن هنا اليوم في قمة المليار متابع؟ لسبب بسيط، لأن اليوم عندنا 4.2 مليار إنسان موجودين على وسائل التواصل الاجتماعي، 4.2 مليار إنسان يتأثرون بكم وتؤثرون على حياتهم. الدراسات تقول أن متوسط ما يقضوه الناس على وسائل التواصل الاجتماعي يبلغ 6 ساعات في اليوم. 6 ساعات في اليوم أكثر مما يقضيه الإنسان أحيانا في التعليم أو يقضيه حتى في العمل أو يقضيه مع العائلة. 6 ساعات في اليوم يقضيها الإنسان أو يقضوها البشر يتعلمون على وسائل التواصل الاجتماعي، يتدربون، يغيرون حياتهم، يشكلون وعيهم، يشكلون أفكارهم، يتابعون أخبارهم، كلها على وسائل التواصل الاجتماعي. أنتم لستم صناع محتوى، أنتم صناع حياة، أنتم صناع تغيير، أنتم صناع مجتمعات. اليوم صناعة المحتوى هي صناعة عالمية كبيرة. صناعة المحتوى اليوم من الأهمية بمكان. اليوم المحتوى الجاد يخرج أجيالا جادة. المحتوى الثقافي سيخرج فنانين ومبدعين. المحتوى العلمي سيخرج علماء ومفكرين. المحتوى الاقتصادي الجيد الجاد سيخرج تجار ورجال أعمال، سيعزز الازدهار والاستقرار في المجتمعات. وكذلك المحتوى السيء يمكن أن يفكك الأسر. المحتوى السيء يمكن أن يهدد استقرار المجتمعات ويهدد استقرار الأوطان. لذلك نحن هنا اليوم، نحن هنا لنتعلم، نحن هنا لنتشارك لبناء شراكات جديدة، لبناء علاقات جديدة، لإنتاج محتوى نافع، لإحداث تغيير إيجابي في المجتمعات.
Conversation led by the inspired CEO of the New Media Academy, Alia Al-Hamadi. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for both speakers.
When you released the podcast, The Diary of the CEO?
It's interesting. So probably the most remarkable thing about my first marketing company was that we never had a sales team. And our clients were Apple and Amazon and Coca-Cola and you name the company, Logitech, Uber, we did their marketing across the United States. We never had a sales team. And the reason we didn't have to have a sales team was because we knew that it's a much better strategy in life if you're building an agency business to be a peacock instead of a salesperson, i.e. to attract the world to you. It's much easier to be a magnet, and the way that you do that is by telling really remarkable stories. So I would travel about 50 weeks a year. In 2019 I traveled 50 weeks a year. I was living in New York running the business there, and every time I went to a conference like this, which I did 50 weeks a year, I would walk on stage. And instead of, when people come on stage, I'm going to show you a demonstration. When people come on stage, this is what they do. They come up on stage and they go like this. Hi, I'm Stephen, I'm from X marketing agency, and thank you for being here, everybody. I want to tell you about my marketing business. So here's some of the work that we've done, and here are some of our, and people fall asleep. They fall asleep. Because the brain is wired in such a way that it is receptive very, very quickly. It's trying to figure out whether it can save cognitive resources or not. It's receptive to emotion and surprise. This is why Mr. Beast is so successful, because in the first 10 seconds of his videos, he grabs your brain. He says, this is what Mr. Beast does with his videos. The first second of his video, I've put 500 people in that circle and the last person to leave gets a private jet. He doesn't introduce himself. So when I traveled around the world for 50 weeks a year, this is exactly how I entered the stage. This is exactly why you were expelled from school. You are incapable of sticking at anything, and you always think you know a better way. Don't call me, and don't call any of the family until you go back to university. And with that, my mum hung up the phone. And just in that opener there, the variance between the amount of people that were looking at me and how much attention that I had is so significant. I would then tell a great story. Throughout that story, you would learn about my business, you would learn that we were the best at what we did, and then I'd close off the story talking about my mother, but it was a story. It wasn't about our company. It just so happened that I ran a marketing business, but it was the most interesting story you've heard in your life about, so I think that was really pivotal, and that meant that we never had a sales team. We just had someone answering the phone. We never did outbound sales. Up until the day that I resigned as CEO, we never had to call a client because, our strategy was on-stage storytelling and online storytelling in that exact way.
And you're following the same path for the Diary of the CEO.
The only thing I've done...
Because you have a special entrance once you start each person.
Well, I really believe that people underestimate the power of great stories and emotion, and I think they overestimate information. And one thing that I think is quite inherent to the Diary of a CEO is it's quite emotional, it's quite deep. So that's a principle I have. But the big difference that I learned over the last, I'd say, 3 years since starting the Diary of a CEO is I've learned the power of experimentation in a really, really profound way. It's something that I wasn't as clear on before, but in the last couple of years I've got really clear on. I've sat with Daniel Ek, who's the founder of Spotify. I've sat with Brian Chesky, who's the founder of Airbnb, and they all say the same thing to me. And then I read through history, going right back to the founder of James Watson, the founder of Dell, who was at one point one of the richest men in the world. I think it's James Watson. And then I looked through history, I looked at Jeff Bezos at Amazon. You know, he became one of the richest man in the world. And then I looked through all of these individual companies like Booking.com. And what I found inherent in every single company and every single one of these people, even Tiger Woods, was this idea that experimentation is your strategy. And I'll shed some light on what I mean by this, but just to give you the context of the world we're living in now, if you're 11 years old today, Ray Kurzweil, who's one of the futurists, maybe the world's leading futurist, the best at predicting the future, says you'll experience a year's change in 11 days by the age of 60. If you're 40 now, by the age of 60, you're going to experience a year's change in 3 months. If you think about the speed in which the world is accelerating, and technology is accelerating, and the revolution of AI and all these things, it's not a useful strategy to think that books and other people's advice and talks like this are going to give you the answers you need for your business, because the answers are changing faster than ever. So the question becomes, how do you find the answer? How do you... Experimentation. You have to outfail your competition. You have to outfail your competition to the correct answer. Don't take my word for it. Look at Jeff Bezos' shareholder letter, what he says. In his shareholder letter, this is a $2 trillion, $3 trillion company, he says, we have to be the best place on earth to fail. And none of you in this room probably know about the Fire Phone or Endless.com, these companies that failed at Amazon, but you probably know AWS, which is going to make them 70 billion this year. Jeff Bezos says, you just got to swing more, measure those swings, and keep swinging, because 1 in 9 of those swings that you make will pay for the entire failure graveyard. And AWS is a prime example of that. But as I saw this, I looked at how Booking.com had built their website. They said we used to sit around in rooms guessing what the correct answer was. Then we went to this conference about failure and experimentation. We came back, we built an experimentation platform. We conduct we conduct 100,000 experiments a month on this experimentation platform. They became the world's biggest booking website. The podcast is the same. Every episode is tested and experimented on about 400 times. I could go into great obsessive detail telling you the level of experimentation we do. I know how much a quotation mark gives me in terms of click-through rate on any podcast episode. I know the difference between using the color green and the color red.
Creators to the power of AI.
Round of applause for Louise. Thank you, everybody.
Give you a sense of the speed and the fast-paced change that's coming across almost every industry, whether it's filmmaking, marketing, or app building. So what will Gen AI do for creators? I foresee 3 major areas of opportunity. Firstly, it will democratize and increase productivity of content by saving time and money for creators who will finally be able to create content in settings and scenarios and with effects that have never previously been accessible before, and crucially, were financially or even physically out of reach. Secondly, I believe Gen AI will supercharge creativity, importantly, not replace it. It's not simply a question of typing in a prompt and sending that content out to your followers, as you all well know. Creating compelling content comes through storytelling, iteration, and often integration with non-AI content. We're already working with a number of creators who are showing us the potential in this space. Take Rafik Anadol, and you can see here his work of art that's on display at MoMA, the Museum of Modern Art in New York, called Unsupervised. And you can see here what Anadol did. He trained a very sophisticated machine learning model to interpret over 200 years of art at MoMA. And in his creation, you can see it continuously generating new and otherworldly thoughts, making new art. Thirdly, I foresee that Gen AI will really enhance global content distribution. Think about the potential impact of speech-to-speech translation systems. A creator in Indonesia can translate their content into English, French, Arabic, at the touch of a button in their own voice. This immediately expands your fans and audiences. For almost 20 years, we've been creating new ways to connect as AI, AR, and mixed reality technologies have developed. So let's take a look at what's coming. Let's jump first into the metaverse. We recently launched Quest 3, which is our most powerful headset yet, at a mass market price, with a ton of new features and games. But perhaps the most exciting thing about Quest 3 is that it's the first mainstream mixed reality headset which allows you to see your physical room around you when you put it on. And what this means is that you can bring digital objects and games into your physical space, whether that's a ping pong table, a giant screen to play Xbox games on, or, mind-blowingly, I think, holograms of your friends to join you. We've also just launched our second generation of Ray-Ban smart glasses. These have got better camera, clearer audio, and a lighter. But importantly, it means you can record, share, and now live stream content directly from your glasses to your fans and followers, which means they can see you as you ski gracefully or fall down a black slope, or when you're out on your morning run by the beach with the glasses on, they can see the vista that you're enjoying. We'll take a look now at Charles Leclerc, the Formula One driver who wears the glasses and gives us his point of view as he goes around the Monaco Formula One Grand Prix track.
Let's try some music. Hey Meta, take a video. We are here live at the track. Everybody is ready to race. Switching to glasses. Hey Meta, what shall my go-karting nickname be? Track Terror. Track Terror is actually quite nice.
Go far, find a friend. And we have already seen the beginning of this journey is working through strong collaboration and feedback from pioneering creators like many of you. Secondly, plan for an evolving AI journey. Think of your strategy across two horizons. What can I do today, and what can I embrace for tomorrow? In terms of today, what are the quick wins? What are the tools or features you've seen that perhaps you can go home and try? And importantly, who are the creators you should be following in this space? In terms of tomorrow, think about your end goals and objectives as a business, and which elements of Gen AI might be able to help you get there. What might save you time or money or increase your reach? What new products are being launched that I can test to understand how they might fit into my business? This is the kind of thinking that will set you up for success tomorrow. Lastly, be a champion of next-gen creativity. Don't be afraid of it. Make it your friend, embrace it, experiment with it, own it. As I said earlier, creators are the true heroes of this story, not AI. This is a story about people innovating to connect more deeply with other people. So however impressive the technology may be, let's master it for our own purposes and take control. There is nothing, absolutely nothing, to lose and a lot to gain. Maybe next year, our future AIs will be sitting here instead of us while we're all doing even more interesting things than what we're doing today. But until then, thank you for listening.
التنمية الاجتماعية، تحررني إن أنا ممكن إزاي بقى اللايف ستايل بتاعي عامل إزاي. لا أنا مش بقدم محتوى بعيد، أنا بقدم شغل.
So I came from the backside not knowing this is the main entrance. See, there is Dubai police, and this entrance is for threads. It's in the Museum of the Future and the Emirates Towers.
Will be sharing with us how users can redefine storytelling and creativity using TikTok in her keynote, Fueling Transformation in Creative Economies. Ladies and gentlemen, please give an applause for Kinta Ibrahim.
Effectively, everyone has been given the opportunity to become a content creator. Putting a studio with sounds, effects, and editing tools in everybody's pockets. And these tools are constantly evolving. Digital platforms like TikTok are supporting the democratization of creativity and editing tools by offering an unprecedented opportunity for everyone to authentically share their voices, express themselves, and empower individuals from diverse backgrounds and community to showcase their creativity regardless of location and resources. TikTok started out as a canvas for creative self-expression, and that turned into a bridge connecting users and communities all around the world from different backgrounds. This has unlocked real-world opportunities for the creators. I have personally watched and followed a lot of the content created by a lot of you that has basically contributed into shaping cultures on and off the platforms. Some examples include BookTok community that contributed to the rise of book sales globally, Food Talk that has basically transformed how basket shopping is done and what the food trends are, and football, where fans come to enjoy and relive the best moments of the matches. And a personal favorite is Where to Visit, which has become my personal travel tour guide. Every time, without fail, I'm drawn into the content that you create. In a matter of minutes or seconds, your creativity captures and reaches millions. Always with creativity at your core, you're able to adapt to new trends, ever evolving and constantly changing, just like the world we live in. Together, we made TikTok a global hub where people come together from different backgrounds to share authentically, discover the world around them, connect with users across the globe. The innovative formats available on the platform aren't just features, but they are a catalyst for transformation of the creative economy. Speaking of creative economy, not only have you helped transform the creative economy, but you've created opportunities for yourselves and for others. As creators, you're not just artists, you're not just creators, but you are entrepreneurs. Each video you create, each live Q&A, each audience you build is a step towards building your brand and building your identity. And TikTok will be there and committed to empowering you through this journey. Through our capacity building programs, campaigns, educational resources, TikTok live events, and many more, including brand partnerships, we're here to ensure that creativity is not just celebrated, but also rewarded. Some of the initiatives that we have at TikTok that highlights our commitment to enriching the skills of the community is a program that we launched, kickstarted in 2022 in UAE and Egypt, called the Creator Hub program. This program basically identifies and nurtures talent from across the region, from creators and entrepreneurs, connecting them with mentors and skill building experts. The annual competition challenges content creators to put their best foot forward and show their best work, with judges from across the MENA region offering them advice, mentorship, elevating their content and their career. As a shameless plug, please make sure to check out V2 of the Creator Hub that just launched two days ago on 8th of January. Moreover, as as we navigate the evolving digital landscape. It's crucial to recognize the pivotal role that TikTok plays in fostering an era of economic opportunities. By empowering creators globally, the platform has really defined how we participate in the creative economy. According to the State of Influencer Marketing Report from the UAE 2023, 76.9% of marketeers consider creator marketing a top priority. TikTok's role as a facilitator for creator brand partnership has contributed significantly to the growth, and the impact is mostly profound and unseen in this region. One of the features that we have on the platform, TikTok Creator Marketplace, has hundreds of thousands of creators signed up in the Middle East, Turkey, Africa, and Pakistan region, creating hundreds of campaigns and videos for brands and entities that they partner with. Their videos make up a significant portion of all the campaigns on the platform globally. According to the Power of TikTok Creators Ipsos study, 82% of users have said that TikTok content creators are more unique and more creative, and 72% said that content creators on TikTok are more specialized and more informative. As you see, the digital world is crowded. Creating content that resonates and stands out is not easy. But every great story has been told has come with its challenges. The key is to stay consistent, stay authentic, and keep experimenting. But you, out of everybody, would know that. What I would encourage you is to keep your energy positive and encourage others to embrace their uniqueness and use it as their strength. As influential creators, your content has the power to shape thoughts, inspire action, and bring about change. Use this power wisely. Be mindful of the content that you create and the messages that you send across. Not only the community should be creative, but it also should be compassionate and inclusive. Your creators, your entrepreneurs, your sources of inspiration. You've chosen to push boundaries of creativity, and I urge you to keep challenging yourself and push yourself to the fullest, but also challenge us. When you tell stories that matter to you, you're creating content that brings the world together. Remember, every scroll in TikTok is a step into a new story. Every video is a new adventure. You are the storytellers of this digital age. The world is eager to hear your stories. So go ahead, create, inspire, and redefine the world of storytelling. Thank you. Let's continue to inspire creativity and bring joy.
Brand awareness that we could provide to them. So it was fun. Let's say it was definitely harder than today, because today we have so many amazing platforms to create content, so many incredible apps to edit our content, and it's definitely a better time. But coming back to your question, I think a turning point in my career was when I realized that I needed to do a lot of PR in order to get where I wanted to be. That really changed, my history, because for me it was a challenging moment. It was after a very interesting meeting that I had that I understood that doing beautiful content was not enough, that I needed to do a lot of PR as well, and that put me out of my comfort zone because I'm an introvert, so my social battery is close to zero, and I had to push myself a lot in order to be in events, in parties, to do meetings with so many PRs. But at the end of the day, you also want to be a person that brands want to work with. You want to also humanize the person behind the social media profile. So that was a very important moment that brought me to where I am today.
Amazing. Abid, everyone wants to. Thank you for having me here. Let's all agree that creating content is not easy. It's really hard to do. And especially my content, I think that cooking is the hardest type of content creation because it takes a lot of time.
By the way, Abir once told me it takes her a full day to create a video sometimes, with all the editing and all the angles, which is amazing.
Every time I do something, I love to give it the best of me. So every time I create a video, I love to give it the best of me. Usually I think of the idea and the recipe I want to create a day before. It takes like 2-3 hours, maybe 6 hours to search for something to cook. And I think about what to wear, match the music with the food, with everything. So my videos are always a match of everything: the food, the outfit, the music, and I usually film in daylight. So it's in the morning because it gives like love for the videos. The sun gives love for your videos. Yeah, and I always post, like it's every 2 days I post a video. So it's about yes, consistency. And what else?
And you prepare videos. I know that she does. Whenever she's traveling, she has videos prepared. She doesn't miss a day, which is amazing.
Yeah, I do. Right.
Tom, we want to know what's your secret recipe.
The biggest thing, and I feel like if I think about the audience here, there's a lot about inspiring creators. It's first and foremost coming from a place of passion. I think that is the most important thing. If you're not passionate about what you're doing, then it's not going to come through in your work. And so if you are a creator, go back to that original question of why am I creating? And I think that's one of the most important things is back in the day when my brother and I first started doing travel content, a lot of what we were interested in was the interesting cultures that we would get exposed to, the types of people that we would meet, the way that the world could be better connected if we all came together. And so we thought, could we create fantastic content and beautiful content that would show that? Now, it was interesting because when COVID hit, you'd think, wow, the world stopped traveling. And so what am I going to do from a passion standpoint? But what you wouldn't have known is throughout the travel inspiration process, cinema was actually at the forefront of all of my passion. I had the idea of could I take what was on the big screen and put that onto the small screen? And it's so funny when I talk to some of the younger creators and I say, have you seen movies like Gladiator? They've never even heard of it. Have you seen Saving Private Ryan? They've never even heard of it. So I'm like, there's an interesting opportunity to take some of the amazing things that were in those movies and put them onto the small screen, and people will have never seen them before. And so, just as an example, the last 2 days I've been recreating The Matrix in a 30-second video that's going to be coming out on Reels pretty soon, but it goes back to that passion. How do you have original ideas? And don't copy people, guys. You'll see trends, you'll see things. Create your own trends. It's literally the most important thing because you'll differentiate yourself. If you do the same thing as everyone else, you're just not going to stand out and you'll look like a copycat. Come up with something cool. What are you passionate about? If you get out of bed and you're excited to make that, go and make it. And if you're not, you probably shouldn't be a creator. I'm sorry.
Dan, so you're the master of pirate videos. You recreate pirate videos. You do.
I always think that sometimes it's the most unrelatable content that goes viral because you've never seen it before. Like you said, it stands out. It's like I've never seen that, and I want to know more about it. There is a book by Seth Godin called The Purple Cow. Have you ever heard of that? So it's a book that I read that I love. And if you're driving down the street and you see black and white cows, well, it wouldn't happen here in Dubai. We'd see camels probably. So camels, just meet halfway. We'll call them camels. So if you just see regular camels, I mean, I've seen that before. I've seen that. But if you saw a purple camel, all of a sudden, you're like, what is that? I want to know more about that, and that's you stopping scrolling, and you're gonna take a picture, you're gonna send it to your friend or whatever, right? So I think how can you be that purple cow? And there's lots of ways to do that. And I think one of the biggest things is to be a student of the game, understand when you're scrolling and you are stopping. You're like, oh, why did I stop here? What was purple about this situation? And then replicate that in your own work.
So Alexandra, you've been increasingly experimenting with threads. You've been experimenting with Instagram broadcast channels. You're giving, this extra glimpse of your life to your most loyal followers. Every time Meta has a new product, has a new feature, you jump on it. So, what is your advice for?
It's food time. Ta-da! Everyone is waiting for food. Everyone is eating. Everyone is outside until the next segment.
دحين كالوريز حكينا. المهم السلايدز بيكونوا هني. بحاول اخلص، عندي الوقت اوكي، بحاول اخلص بسرعه بس اعطيكم نبذه عن قصتي انا، واتمنى قصتي انا هي مش تسليط ضوء عني انا، وانا مو مهم في القصه. المهم ان قصتي يمكن تساعد قصتكم. ما اتذكر شو كان بس شيء وكتبت عنه وحاولت احصل شركات اتعاون وياها عشان ابدا البودكاست وما استوى واروح يمين ويسار، ما كان يسوي شيء. 2014 ل 2018 يعني على 2018 قلت اوكي عندي بوخش برادرز، هالشركه تسوي محتوى تسوي انتاج، عندي كاميرات اعرف كيف احط مايك، ليش ما نحط في المخزن؟ كان في المخزن في المكتب مثلا حلقه عموري لو بتشوفونه في حتى مال المطافي البايب هذا المطافي في المخزن، فبتشوفون كاميرتين انا وعموري ياسين، واستغليت الناس والمعارف اللي اعرفهم قلت لهم ابغى اسوي بودكاست، انت حبيبي انا احبك وانت تحبني يلا بدي اوكي يلا. فقدرنا نبدا في 2018، شوف بين 2014 ل 2018 يعني صدق عديد يعني، فشوفوا الاربع سنين. بعدين ما تركنا ولا اسبوع ما نزلنا فيه، اول شيء كنا ننزل اول شهر كل شهر، بعدين اول ما ضربنا على اسبوع ولا مره وقفنا ولا مره، كل اسبوع بعدين وصلنا لبيل جيتس وفي وايد ناس غير ما بوفي حقهم، ولكن احس انه ضروري. وفي نقطة مهمة حتى البارحة سألني قال لي كم تدفع حق؟ قلت والله ما ادفع حق ضيوفي، والله ما دفعت وما ابغى ادفع، مو عشان شيء، انا اشوف ان الضيوف يروحون برامج يستلمون حلو، ولكن من هو الانسان خلف الالقاب. أنا راجع أحب مع الشيخ
He won't be leaving us.
Can I leave the stage?
No, you will wait here. Stay, please, a little bit. Because he will be leading a fire.
أهلا بالشيخ. جاهزين؟ جمهور جاهز؟ يلا بسم الله. أدري الستيج شوي غريب، عندنا ناس ورانا، عندنا ناس يميننا يسارنا، نحاول نشوفكم كلكم. سعيد فيكم. زين يا شيخ. فاليوم عندنا مواضيع أظن جدا جميلة وفريدة من نوعها. يعني عندنا أظن 20 دقيقة يلا. فموضوعي الأول، أنت يا شيخ خدت اتجاه يس ثانك يو سو ماتش. خدت اتجاه الشيخ وايد غير في الإعلام. يعني جدا 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 فريد من نوعك في هالشيء، وقدرت تبني علاقة من الإعلام وتقدر تعاصر وتواكب العصر الحديث. فسؤالي الأول شو علاقتك أنت مع الإعلام وكيف؟ أوكي سؤالين. وكيف قدرت تاخذه من الإعلام التقليدي إلى الحديث اللي يناسب العالم اللي أنت فيه؟
بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وبعد. في البداية يعني كانت الانطلاقة من المرحلة الابتدائية أو قبل حتى في الروضة من الإذاعة المدرسية. يعني نقطة الانطلاقة كانت في الإذاعة، يعني أنا يمكن ما تعودت إني أكون متلقي من الروضة وأنا في الإذاعة المدرسية في الابتدائي والوسطى نفس الشيء. مهتم أيضا على مستوى يعني الأجهزة الإلكترونية، المايكات، السماعات، محب للهندسة الصوتية من الصغر. يعني حتى في يعني في المسجد كنت أقلد القراء في حلقات التحفيظ، متعلق بأئمة الحرم، وأتابع خصوصا نقل صلاة التراويح والقيام ليلة 27 في الحرم المكي بالذات. أيضا كان يعني عندي اهتمام بالخط العربي، فكنت أخط أحاديث نبوية وعلى عدد مساجد المنطقة اللي أنا فيها مع بعض الشباب في منطقة العرضية. فكنت مثلا أخلي كل يعني لوحة فيها حديث نبوي يهم الناس مختصر، أخلي كل أسبوع مثلا يعني حديثين في مسجد ثم أنقلهم، أخلي الحديثين أروح المسجد الثاني، عرفت؟ فتصير يعني كانت هذه اهتمامات إعلامية، وكنا نسمي نفسنا يعني في محيطنا، يعني في الشباب اللي نشأت معاهم شباب طيبين محبين القرآن، مهتمين بالقرآن، مهتمين بحفظ القرآن، مهتمين باحترام العلماء. كنا نفس الشيء، يعني كان عندنا لجنة إعلامية نشاطها تقريبا هذا النشاط، يعني مسألة اللوحات اللي فيها أحاديث فقط، تقريبا أحاديث نبوية. ثم يعني بعد ذلك يعني لما بديت أأذن في المسجد في مرحلة يعني الغزو في الكويت، ولما صار التحرير بدأت أأمن المصلين في المسجد. بعدها الإمامة هذه يعني خلتني أعتاد على مواجهة الناس أكثر. لما أخذ بعض الشباب قال فهد الديحاني الآن دكتور وكيل وزارة في الأوقاف عندنا في الكويت، أمسي عليه بالخير، راح هذا شريطي ووداني التسجيلات الإسلامية وقتها وقال يا جماعة هذا عندنا يصلي كذا، فجو تسجيلاتين سجلوا التراويح، وكانت هذه التراويح تقريبا في 93 ميلادي. طبعا لما دخلت الاستديوهات بهذاك الوقت كنت يعني لحقت يعني على أواخر تسجيل على الريل، يعني أول إصدار سجلته وثاني إصدار وتقريبا لرابع إصدار كنت أسجل على الريل مكاين الداش هذه يعني. فلحقت على تغيرات الإعلام صراحة، يعني هذه كلها وسائل إلى أن وصلت إلى سوشيال أو إعلام جديد أو متجدد حتى صحيح. يعني الريل والدات والإيدات والكاسيت والكروم والسي دي بدأت أحب الجلوس مدة طويلة في الاستديو، إلى أن يعني أخذت دورة في هندسة الصوت في أمريكا، قعدت أسبوعين مركزين في استوديو في أمريكا، وتعلمت يعني على مع أني كنت أنا أمارس مع يعني المهندس وأشوف نظريا، لكن خضت التجربة في أمريكا، وبعدها بدأت أنا أعمل هندسة الصوت بنفسي يعني، وهذا في وقت مبكر، إلى أن جت تقريبا القناة الفضائية، قناة العفاصي الفضائية. سبقها طبعا انتشار الMMS.
الحين نص الناس اللي ما بيعرفون شو
الMMS يعني كانت باختصار رسائل صوتية وصيغة معينة، قبل حتى الMP3 كانت ترسل AMR أو شيء كذي، فكانت صيغة يعني لو كواليتي، وكانت صيغة المفروض اني انا ما تعدد دقيقتين، فكنت حريص على الشورت كليب، شورت اوديو. هذا فتح لي آفاق في التعامل مع يعني الفيديو كليب او الاوديو الشورت هذا الصغير يعني قبل لا ندخل في قناة العفاسي كانت هذه المرحلة خلتني يعني أسجل القراءات العشر على شكل مقاطع، خلتني أسجل قصائد كانت بدايتها هذه الخدمة، مثل إلا صلاتي مثلا، طلع البدر علينا، كانت الانطلاقة مقاطع صغيرة قصيرة. وطبعا يعني أحاديث نبوية، فكنت أستخدم يعني ما أتعامل مع الموضوع كأني إمام مسجد وعندي دور خطيب أو كذا، لا، كنت أحاول أستخدم هذه المهارات اللي هي حب هندسة الصوت، الحب حتى الإخراج. يعني لما كنت أنزل إصدار أعمل يعني في إخراج مع المذيع، كان رحمة الله عليه أحمد سالم، مذيع مشهور يعني إذاعي كبير في الكويت وصوته معروف يعني. فكنت أعمل إخراج، أحط الأحاديث اللي تتكلم عن الآيات هذه وأدخل يعني إخراج إذاعي. لما جت القناة الفضائية قناة العفاسي، يعني أنا ما أنسب الجهد هذا لنفسي، كل القائمين عليها كانت سابقة عصرها. يعني هي لما بدأت ب 2004 2005 كانت هي كأنها انستغرام أو فيديوهات تيك توك الآن. يعني كانت كنت أصور الأحاديث النبوية بشورت فيديو كليب قصير يتكلم عن قصة مثلا عن بر الوالدين، ونزل حديث وآية عليه ويكون فيديو قصير. لما كنت حتى يعني كان قناة فضائية ما كان فيها محاضرات طويلة، ما كان فيها يعني حتى أنا ما كان لي ظهور إني أتكلم فيها، أنا قاعد أتعامل مع مشاري ك يعني ارتست يعني. مالي ولا محاضرة أو حتى لقاء فيها، عرفت؟ يعني كانت انعكاس للخدمات اللي كانت تقدم عبر الموبايل. هناك كانت أوديو وصارت الآن فيديو، فكانت القناة كلها فيديو كليب، مش بس أناشيد، تصور أحاديث، تصور قصص الآيات، تصور حتى المحاضرين مشايخ اللي كنت أستعين فيهم وأقول تعال سووا كلمة قصيرة، وأقول له لا تقول لي بالبداية إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه، لا تبدأ بمقدمات، أبي مثلا تقول لي والله صيغ مثلا تسليم النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم. النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم كان له صيغ، له طريقة في يعني في الفسحة، حتى في الدين، يعني في عدم التشدد، يعني أن لك أن تسلم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله، الصلاة، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله، السلام عليكم، يمين، بس يعني في صيغ. فأنت تقول لي والله الصيغ كأن المقاطع اللي نعيشها الآن في السوشيال ميديا. كان المشايخ لا يقول ما يمديني، فيبي يقعد تقريبا ثلث ساعة، فكانت المقاطع يمكن الاستجاب واحد، يمكن هو طلال فاخر، يعني كانت مقاطع قصيرة. يعني كانت هذه يعني المحك طبعا، يعني النقلة بالنسبة لي كانت قناة العفاسي الفضائية اللي فجأة خلتني أدير قناة فضائية. هذه يعني التجربة كانت صعبة علي.
فمبين الشيخ يعني أنت تحب تحدث التغيير، خصوصا لو أنت واثق أن يمكن هالوسيلة اللي يمكن مش متعودين عليها يمكن تكون في سبيل النية ولا الوجهة اللي تيسر الأهداف اللي تحاول تقدمها. السؤال الثاني، شو تكلمنا عن تاريخك، بس شو التحديات اللي واجهتها؟ خصوصا أنا بس أتخيل أنك أنت تكون مبادر. الإنسان المبادر عموما بيحصل ناس يشجعونه وناس يمكن ما يفهمون هالوسائل الجديدة، فشو التحديات اللي واجهتها؟
يعني يمكن أكبر تحدي هو الوقت صراحة. لما يكون أنت طموحك عالي، يعني أنا كقارئ ما اكتفيت إني مثلا أسجل مصحف كامل مثلا أو فقط صلاة التراويح، لا، يعني كانت هي البداية لاستعمال صوتي في كل ما ينفع، يعني ينفعني وينفع الناس. هذه الرسالة، يعني الهدف الحقيقي. في ناس تحتار في كيفية اختيار الهدف. يعني طبعا الهدف الكبير اللي الله عز وجل أوجدنا له، وما خلقت الجن والإنس إلا ليعبدون. لكن الإنسان كل ميسر لما خلق له. الإنسان يستخدم مهاراته وطاقته فيما ينفع نفسه وينفع الناس. وهني تقع مسؤولية فردية ومسؤولية مجتمعية. أحيانا الإنسان يقدم شيء ما ينفع، ممكن يكون
A round of applause for the content creators.
Snap on your platform specifically?
Can I share a secret, guys? I'm gonna share a secret. It's fine?
Of course.
Okay. So on YouTube I post a lot on YouTube Shorts, and I have almost 1 million subscribers on YouTube Shorts, and I've gained millions of views on YouTube Shorts. And guess how many I've made in these millions of views on YouTube Shorts from all these videos? Can somebody guess? From $2? No, more than. So I made $1,000 from maybe 20 videos. Okay, $1,000. I made that same amount from one video on Spotlight. So that shows you how much Snapchat is paying versus how much YouTube is paying for the same video. And from one video you make $1,000. From 10, 20 videos you can make $1,000 on YouTube. So just to tell you what Snapchat is doing. So yeah.
So most of it is from Spotlight.
Thank you, Snapchat.
So most of what you generate is through Spotlight?
Spotlight, actually, my personal stuff, but I have a show called Ishrahli that's on shows that also generates money. Actually generates a lot of money, more than Spotlight, but it really depends, because some videos don't do as well as others. It's a really tricky thing. Maybe, because Yusuf is the expert in shows, I think. He has 10 shows. He can touch upon that, I think, better. Yeah, you want to go first?
Sure, okay. So I need to jump in on Spotlights and shows, so you guys need to teach me some tricks. I didn't get the chance to jump in and try and test the waters, but I'm doing stories only, so monetization is through stories, and it's crazy. It's really good. It's very different than other platforms. I haven't been on YouTube, so I cannot compare. Instagram is not like Snapchat. It doesn't pay the content creator on it, so that's what's special about Snapchat. So I also do saved stories, which basically, let's say I did a cooking video or a recipe, I would save it to my saved stories where it can go on Discover, and that can help with the revenue, basically. Yeah. That's great.
You know, because we run a business as a publisher, we often have to show investors the margins on video, and they fall off their chair when they see our screens. Because as a creator, one thing that you have to know, and some of you might or might not be calculating this, you need to know how much your videos cost to produce, right? And then you look at how much they earn, and then you have a margin. Our videos cost us between $500 and $1,000 to produce. To make. With my time, the team, the editors, $500 and $1,000. A good video on Snapchat will generate $200,000 per video. Wow. So $200,000. I can't make that much money legally anywhere. Like as a margin. Like spending $1,000, $200,000 is $199,000 profit. It's quite. We shouldn't be telling anyone about this. Don't tell anyone.
So he's talking about shows for people.
Yeah, that's a show.
So shows are. So that's the thing. I think people. I'm very confused about Snapchat. I think we need labeling maybe to fix it. Is that there's shows, like you said, shows, spotlights, stories,
exactly.
and then there's stories, saved stories, which is what you were
It
talking
helps the story.
It helps.
Basically, yeah, it's together.
So there's a lot to learn, but all of them make money, which is crazy.
So Snapchat's hiring all of you, because you probably have described Snapchat better than anyone on Snap, so that's amazing. I'd love to hear from all of you. You know, all of you have a million followings across on Snap, either through the shows or as a Snap star. I'd love for you to spill the beans, specifically, you know, Yusuf, Faisa, on what your creative process is. How do you come up with ideas? How do you know? What makes you want to create? How do you create a successful video, or how do you experiment specifically?
Yeah, I mean, in short, throw whatever you call it on the wall, and throw spaghetti on the wall and see what sticks in the early days. Experiment, try lots of things, make sure you're within the content guidelines, because they are very specific, much more than any other platform. Don't think of this like YouTube or Instagram or Facebook. Think of it more like Netflix. Think of it more like a very defined category of content that are very careful and brand safe, and you want to be within those guidelines. Throw stuff on the wall, see what sticks. When you start to see traction there, definitely push that out as its own show. So we started with one show, then we were like, oh, entrepreneurship is doing well, bam, seen money. Then we were like, oh, health is doing well, bam, seen health. Then we were like, oh, sex education is doing well, that became its own show. So that's kind of how it works. You're throwing stuff on the wall, see what sticks, and then quickly launch subsidiary accounts.
Amazing. Wow, I think he summed it up really well. But I think in order for you to figure out like what to do, you need to figure out what kind of creator you are. Like there's the Sarah creators, there's the Yusuf creators. And for me, like if I see, like for example, you have Islam here, like you have creators, amazing creators, all everywhere. So you need to understand what type of creator you are, and then, like he said, it's either you're creating a Netflix show, which is shows, and like he said, there are times where we've posted videos that have a bit of blood, it will be removed. Even Spotlight, by the way. Spotlight is very strict. If you have promotional images of any brands, it will be removed.
Wait, why do your videos have a bit of blood? What's going on?
I'm not sure. I don't remember the video. But any blood, weapons, anything. There's very strict rules on Snapchat that you don't find on other platforms. And they will remove the video and you will not make money from it. So you need to understand the guidelines. And after doing that, for me personally now, like I know, okay, Snapchat likes family-friendly videos. The audience in Saudi Arabia, especially if you speak Arabic, the audience in Saudi Arabia is insane. Like, you've noticed that.
It is correct, yes.
Yes. So if you want to make content, like I made a video about Riyadh Air, an airplane that didn't come out yet in Saudi Arabia. I was surprised. I'm like, where? Like, and now people know me from Snapchat that I didn't know, that didn't know me before, which is crazy. So I think even Sarah can touch upon that.
Yeah, you get another like audience through Snapchat, and they're amazing. So for me, as I said, I got the audience through my husband. So I wanted to shift from being the wife of the YouTuber, because that's how I was known, and it was an advice from him too. And it was hard for me in the beginning to find what I like, just because I was thinking of what they would like. So then I changed it. I actually took a paper and a pen. I started brainstorming all the things that I would feel comfortable sharing or I'm knowledgeable in. So I'm a nutritionist, so I put a bit of that, like just facts. I did cooking, makeup, fashion, and I did a bit of everything. And as you said, you test everything, you throw the spaghetti and you see what sticks. That's basically what I did, and they all stick. So my Snap is basically just a variety of, it's rainbow, it's everywhere. It's crazy. And yeah, that's basically it.
That's great, thank you. Just as a follow-up question on stories specifically, because you focus very much on stories. Snap is pioneering stories since 2013, and it's great to see that it's really building a lot of engagement for you on the platform. If you can tell us a little bit of, like, what do you feel the audience has liked to view through stories specifically, and what has been a highlight, but also what has been the flip side? What are low lights to be able to do that, and being, you know, very open and honest about like the other side of it as well? Like, what has been a challenge for you?
Okay, so for me, the main challenge is actually the commitment to actually film from morning to night, because it's basically a vlog, but it's an unedited vlog. So that's hard. It's just, I guess for me, it's the one snap in the morning and then it just happens. If I just don't film, when I wake up or like if I do something, then it's just over for me. I just don't know where to start. So I try to make it like balanced.
Yeah.
And I forgot the question. Can you repeat?
No,
Do you upload it throughout the day or in one go?
No, throughout the day.
Throughout the day.
Throughout the day, yes, yes.
Okay, so it really is real time. That's what's happening.
It is real time. They really connect. Like I connected with them and they did too. So that's why I think the engagement grew, because they got to know me on a personal level, and they're enjoying my life.
I think that's cool because it also builds a sense of suspense in your life,
It
right?
does.
Like, hey, I'm going here to the mall, whatever, I don't know if it's going to work out, and we're like, we keep coming to check in to see if it's working.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah, that's absolutely one of the things we've seen people love about Snap is, for example, many people in Saudi and the UAE, someone in Saudi opens Snap around 50 times a day, and someone in the UAE, on average, opens Snap about 40 times a day. And one of the insights that we've seen specifically, exactly to your points, is that people on Snapchatters specifically love to see what's happening behind the scenes. So all of the time we actually tell creators, and just for aspiring creators out there, is it's not and or on social media platforms anymore. It's not an or on social media platforms anymore. It's always an and. So whatever you're doing on other platforms today, people love to see the behind the scenes on Snap. So for example, if you're doing something on another platform, and people love to see that behind the scene creative process, and that's something that you've seen work really, really well on Snap specifically. I'm going to shift gears a little bit. Yusuf, I see you're always wearing these Snap spectacles.
I am.
And earlier you were talking about the future of storytelling. Just for everybody here in the audience, globally we have 250 million people that engage with AR on Snap every day. Can you tell us a little bit about these
I mean, when I look at the platform, I look at what's unique about it. And what's truly unique about Snap is that it opens into the camera, right? And at its core, it's about self-expression. People share selfie videos with their friends, etc. What we're really interested in
is Golden Hobby Story led by Mini Mecca. Round of applause for Hobby.
I'm going to sit with you.
Oh, you missed one.
Live in Italy, a factory worker, COVID hits, you turn into a content creator. So my first question to you is, was it accidental or intentional? It's a big question.
I'm just starting to make a video for make the people laugh in this moment. Was a very bad moment in the COVID times. A lot of smile was missing in that time, and I just try to put some light in this moment, that moment.
Yeah, absolutely. And I guess at what point did you know that it was actually something special?
I need to think in my question, you know. I realize in the moment when I started to post the video without speak, and I see the effect of the people, because when you don't say any words, all the people can understand your video. All the people can have something to the video. You know, they also, if you come from Spain or Japan or Dubai, it's just a silent video with some comedy.
Yeah.
And that's it.
It's an international language.
It's international language. Yes.
Because
for everybody, for kids, for all people, and for everybody. Yes.
I just want to throw a statistic out there for people that may not know. 93% of communication is non-verbal. So it's all in the body language,
yes.
It's all in the facial expression.
Yes.
You have mastered that. But what is Kabi like behind the scenes? Are you quite talkative?
Yeah. If someone asks me a question, I speak, of course.
So at what point, I mean, there's a lot of pressure. Social media is changing all the time. Do you ever feel the pressure to start talking in your content?
Some pressure, you know, because I make the video not for thinking about more, or because I just make a video for change something to the people, you know.
Yeah.
I don't have any pressure, because I just wake up, have some idea, and if I like the video, I started to buy the things I need, some costume, just little things. You don't need to buy a lot of stuff for make some video. You don't need the special camera for make some video. When I started, I was making my video with one phone, very bad, but it's okay. it's only that phone I have, and I use it. And for put the light, because I don't have the real light, it was too expensive.
Yeah.
I just put in YouTube white light, and I put in my face. It's okay. It's
a white screen.
Yes.
Wow.
You know, you don't need a lot of things for make video. If you are just original to you, and you wanna make this for you, and if you the people, they will appreciate it. That's good. But if they just 10 people or 50 people, they will look your video and comment. This I think is the best thing.
So would you say then it's more content over quality? Because we have so many content creators here, and you know, now you see such quality content, the high definition, the graphics, everything happening. You're saying that quality,
doesn't matter, it's what you're actually bringing, your value.
You need to bring, of course, your value, but me, I'm a comic. You know, they have a lot of different of influencer. Everybody they need to bring something they feel, but I think they do the things in the simple way with the things you have. If you are you believe in yourself, you will do something. Why not? You can do it.
Absolutely. So speaking of belief, it takes a lot of courage and bravery for a lot of people in this world to put content out there. It's scary at times. You know, we have moments where we're like, what will people say? What will my community say? Will people talk about me? Did you ever have that when you first came into the game?
Yeah, this is part of the life. You cannot. Of course, the people they will always found something bad to do you. I think it's just part of the life and continue to do what you really like it without to take care a lot what they think the people think about you or what they not think about you. Just to do your life is only one.
Yeah, absolutely. And so tell me about your fan base, because we speak about how the language that you speak is international because it's all in the body, all in the expressions. Have you noticed your fan base change over the years, or because I mean you do speak multiple languages really. Talk to me about your fan base and the relationship that you have with them.
Sorry?
Your relationship with your fan base.
My relationship with my family. Yeah, it's really good. My family, I thank you God, I buy one house for my family. This one was my things more important when I become famous.
What do your family think?
My family is very happy and a little bit scared. They say, all these people, they follow you. They say, well, don't worry, my mother. All these people is in our house. They don't follow me from the back. It's just a fun.
So you're still at home doing the dishes, cleaning up, your mum treats you as normal. No special treatment because of how successful you are.
I don't hear you.
No special treatment from your mum because of how successful you are now. She's like, no, Kami, you have to do this, you have to do that.
Yeah, my mom now is more soft. Huh? I feel this. My mother, you know, African mother. But now it's a little bit more soft.
Now, earlier you talked about your process for creating, and a lot of content creators have different processes and how they see things. So you said you see a video, yes, that you're like, oh, I could do something with this, and then you start getting the props and stuff, or you start buying things.
Yes.
What happens after that? Is it literally just as simple as you putting your phone on a tripod and shooting yourself?
Yeah. I just, when I found something funny, I just think, without say to someone, this is funny, you think this is good. I just think this is funny, I can make something, I just can make some video and post. I started like this, I was posting like 6 or 7 videos a day. In the COVID times, I was posting a lot, just making video and post. It was you know, because I was just afraid from my work, and I just was in my house and born and see the situation of the world. Just when I just open the TV, I just see always the same things. COVID times, 100 people day to day. Tomorrow we don't know. Only said the things, and I just say, I try my best to this world.
Yeah, I mean, you bring a smile to so many people.
This is my job.
It really, and you are succeeding. You really, really are. How does it make you feel that you make so many people happy?
I'm really happy for this. I wake up more good and more with more energy to make more, but not for being more, just for arrive to more people.
Yeah.
Just this. I think this is the most important, because I think if you someone they be an influencer thinking about the money and arrive this and I want money, I want to arrive at money, I want the people stop me for take picture. I think this is not the best way for arrive. I think if you put just your heart in what you do, this is the best way for. And if you are right, if you are not right.
I mean, a lot of content creators have moments where they feel like giving up. They're posting 7 videos every single day.
So what could be possibly an advice that I can give to you so you can follow that trajectory, so you can have the opportunity to replicate this journey? Absolutely nothing. There is no manual, there are no guidelines. Oh, but you must be funny. I know so many people who are much funnier than me. You must be talented. I know a dozen of people who have more talent than me. But you must be working hard. I know at least 50 people who work harder than me, but they didn't make it. There is nothing I can tell you today, instead of like, shut your phone down, there's nothing I can tell you today to make you earn more followers or to get richer with likes, subscribers, and share. Now, is it luck? Maybe it is luck. But maybe we can do something today other than talking about our experience. Maybe instead of talking about how to conquer social media, maybe we can talk about how not to be conquered by social media. Yeah. We are all on social media. We want to be on social media. And we all hate social media. And we have to admit it, right? Right? We have a love-hate relationship with social media. Don't you agree? Okay, the people who said yes, why? Why? Give me a reason. Give me a reason. What? Consuming. Okay, what else? Other than wasting time, we all waste time about doing things, but what is really like happening? What? Embarrassment. What? Expectations, what? Attention. All of the stuff that you have said can actually revolve around one thing, and that is our ego. This is how social media makes its money, from our own narcissism. That is its real currency. It's not the likes and the share. That's what they make you want to believe. It's really about the ego. Social media platforms might be free, but they come at a price. And that price is your own self-worth that becomes more and more dependent on a virtual digital currency. It's all about us. How many likes I'm getting, how many likes I'm missing out on. People loving me, people hating me. If I'm having so many likes and shares, how can I be wrong? And if I am that right, how come so many worthless people can be hating on me? We are all on social media, but we resent it. And we wish we didn't become part of the social media. The thing is, we are chasing that dopamine rush that we felt when we first posted that photo or picture or post. When that got that traction, that created that dopamine rush inside of us. We felt that sense of self-importance, that inflated self-worth. Everyone loves me. And since then, we have been slaves to the algorithm. We have to be consistent, post more, post bigger, post larger, get that attention that we need. This is like being in a relationship with a narcissistic psychopath. I know I use that analogy a lot. The more you know about these people, the more that you will use them. But in this case, narcissistic psychopaths in the beginning of a relationship, they do something to you. They do what is called love bombing. I'm sure you heard this about, right? They give you all the love and the attention and the care, and then suddenly they take it away from you. And then they make you crave for that feeling again. They make you in a constant chase of this feeling of high, this dopamine hit that keeps you chasing with the algorithm, and it's never enough. Then you end up resenting yourself, and you resent others. You get into this rabbit hole of judging and criticizing others, comparing yourself to them like a jealous ex-boyfriend. And all of that happens because suddenly your mirror on the wall is no longer telling you that you are the fairest of them all, right? Let me give you an example of how your ego plays tricks on you. I'm sure that you did that one time. You post something, a picture, a post, or a video, and then you have a lot of comments cheering for you, supporting you. But you scroll down to that one negative comment, right? And then you let it ruin your day. It's not even your ego, it's your inflated ego that became so inflated because of social media. Because you became programmed by that dopamine hit. Everybody should love me. No, they shouldn't. And you should stop seeking that. Do you think you are more famous than Taylor Swift? You think you are more skilled than Mo Salah? You think you are much bigger and stronger than Big Ramy? I once saw Big Ramy putting in a video of him working out, and a skinny guy posted to him, "You're doing it wrong." All of these people got haters. They're trolling them every day. Trolls will always be there, and they're there because they are dealing with their own insecurities, and they are dealing with their own egos, and they try to level the ground to drag you down, so they feel good about themselves. So don't let them do that. But it's not just about the negative comments. It is the feeling of being trapped, stuck. There are many articles that talk about how young influencers are have feeling of burnout, this depression, this loss of motivation. And it happens in people that are like still 20 years old. Or a baby who wants to be an influencer. When you start up piling followers, social media has a tendency to inflate your self-worth, self-righteousness, and the level of perceived skill. All of that happens on an accelerated rate. You keep feeding the beast, feeding the algorithm. You have to stay consistent, and now your self-worth is connected of how well you're doing, how many likes and shares that you're generating. But you can't keep up because the one thing that you are known to do is not making it anymore. So you become resentful of yourself, you become resentful of others, you become judging, more depressed and more agitated, and you end up coming to a session like this. So, I'm not telling you anything that you don't know. You've already been through this, you're living it, that feeling of being stuck. I've been there too. I got famous because of one thing. I cannot call myself a content creator, and yet I know exactly what you guys are going through. The fact that you are going every day, posting yourself, putting yourself on the line, asking for people's approval, this is very difficult. I did it on a different level. I did a little bit of a content creator in the beginning, and then I went into television, and I became known for political satire.
Yes, this is the end of day 1 billion follower summit here at the Emirates Tower. Hope you enjoyed the video, and let's meet tomorrow with the day 2 and the final day. See you next time in the next video. Godspeed everybody.
Yes.
Nice to meet you again. This was my translator in one of the segments.
Yes, I'm the Arabic translator. If you need any translation services, contact him.
I'll get you direct to him.
I'll give you commission. No, I'm joking. I'm not a translator. I'm a content creator and I'm an entrepreneur and I'm a happy person by default. If you want to be happy, contact him.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe I had so much coffee today. No, but honestly, the sessions were amazing. Didn't you like the last one by Bassem?
I loved it. It was so
I loved
fun.
it. So did you get any getaway? Any takeaway? Getaway. Did you take any?
No, the guy said, don't take everything serious.
Yeah, exactly. That's why you're having fun, right?
Don't take everything serious. Just do it and be happy, be free, be yourself.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, and I liked when he said identify what kind of ego you have.
Yeah.
Like because ego comes in different shapes, and I realized I have this ego of something called constant validation. I like to be validated. I think everyone does.
Yeah.
Because we were brought up in this. Like we
this.
wanted our parents to love us, our society, our friends, which is nice. It's nice to be loved.
Exactly.
But not to seek it. So I think this is my main breakthrough today.
Yeah. If you find out this, then this is the most important thing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
so you don't get
brother.
hurt by this kind of thing, even if you are not. You just take it slow.
You know, as he said, your self-worth is not measured by the likes and shares that social media does for the inflated egos, right?
Yeah.
So it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's absolutely amazing.
Exactly. It's a pleasure meeting you today.
Thank you, brother.
Let's meet tomorrow. I'm gonna be here.
Yes, me too.
Same time.
Yes.
And let's have it rolled up.
Absolutely, brother.
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice to meet you.
Take care, man.
All right. Yeah.
See you.